Thank you, guys.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for inviting us. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we've just loved every minute of it. Just over 2 years ago, when we came into Optavia, our lives were much different than they are today. We were at a point where we basically made every decision based off of what the next run to the fast food restaurant was, or what time it was in the evening, because we had to climb a set of stairs to get to our bedroom.
My favorite was we used to call each other before we get home from work because we did not want to get off the couch to go get fast food, right? Because that was way too much work, you guys.
It was way too much work. And so we found ourselves where our health was rapidly declining. I remember one evening, or actually one morning rather, rolling over in bed. Jen was up getting ready for work already that day. And I said, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be around much longer. My health is pretty bad and I don't think I'm gonna be here. And of course, that scared me to have that realization that I was even having those thoughts. And I'm almost certain you were not too impressed with my my comments that morning.
I actually was just thinking as we were talking about this idea of lifelong transformation, that Matt is around now 18 months longer than we thought he would be. So, I mean, when we talk about lifelong, our life is not only longer, but it is way fuller than it has ever been. And we want to acknowledge that the program, scientifically, it's sound. We've lost 545 pounds together. So there's a number, right? 545, if you guys are like, how much? It's been a little bit, right? But I want to really address the bigger scope of what's going on, of how this has changed us mentally. And so I actually am really appreciative for how it's helped me. I'm actually a mental health professional and I work in the field. And I will tell you that I sneak in the habits of health information as often as I can to the teenagers I work with. Like, here's a little nugget of how to be successful in your life, right? And I'm really grateful, but I'm really extra grateful for the mental health that has come in our marriage. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the wonderful things that have gone on in the Oxford marriage.
Oh my gosh, you guys, when we started this, I didn't show emotion, or if I did, it was anger. And it was out of fear and out of not wanting to be vulnerable. You know, I didn't know how to have a communication with my wife or with anybody unless I was on the defense. And as we've gone through this journey and started to go through these small habits that we are taught one little step at a time, our habits of health system teaches you, and partnering with your coach, things start to change. I started to open up and get curious and wanted to start doing better in life. And so as I started to dive into some of the hard things that needed to happen up here, everything else started falling into place. The weight started to fall off and our marriage improved 10 times over, probably more than that.
I would agree. I completely agree that it is better in every aspect. And I love being married to Matt, and it gets better every day. One of the stories, so I'll share with you a quick story. So Matt doesn't think I'm a very good driver. We will leave this up to other people to decide, but it is true that 2 weeks ago, for the second time in 2021, I might have taken the side view mirror off the car. Okay, really happened. And the truth is, the minute I did it, I was like, oh no, Matt's gonna be so mad. Because let's be honest again, he's a car guy, right? So I called him from the garage, he's working inside. And I'm like, honey, I did it again. And the truth is, you guys, I was ready. I've seen the Matt Oxford temper. I just knew how it would go. And what was your response in that moment?
Well, guess you better get some more clients because we got to pay for this.
Well, yes, that was actually the first thing he said. He says, this is how many more clients you'll need this month. But the second part he did is he asked me how I was doing. And that actually meant a lot to me, guys, because that wasn't a question that was asked very often in our marriage. And so it took me back, and I really thought, to heck with the 545 pounds, this is worth it. this relationship, this ability to connect is worth it. And I'm just so, so grateful for those things that we've been able to do, because Matt and I were not perfect on any level, but when it comes to the mental, we've come a long ways, and comes back to both improved physical health, right? My brain works better. Let's just be honest about that too, is I'm not, disconnecting all the time, and then just constantly tying into the community.
And as we continue to tie into the community and continue to progress in our own journey, we're continuing to do more in life. We're up and active and doing more things. Today for me was a rough one. I have decided as part of my health journey to get up and start learning how to run for the first time in my life. Never been able to do that even as a kid. And today the concrete curb won. I face planted, that's nice black eye going here, no joke, in the emergency room a couple hours ago getting stitches. But I could have quit right then and said, no, I'm not going to run anymore, or no, I'm not going to get on this webinar tonight. But it's all about the obstacle as the way. Get out of your own head, get moving forward in your goals, and don't let anything stop you. It really can and will change your life. And this program gives you the tools and the support and the community to do it. And we are so grateful for everything that we've gained in our lives, and are so grateful that you guys are all with us this evening.
One of the things I just want to end with you guys with our story is that we both had a lot of limiting beliefs around becoming coaches. Matt was 500 and something pounds when he started. I was 400 pounds when we started. So who wants a health coach, right? Who is that overweight? And I will tell you that the reason we became health coaches is because I heard that you're 500 times more likely to stay healthy. And with the 6-month time limit on my husband's head, I was willing to do that, right? But what I love about this is there's just no telling you how wonderful the community is. There is no telling you how wonderful that is. On top of the fact that we get paid to help other people that we care about, and they get great results. And we get to say, guess what? This client is down this much, and they went to this thing with their kid, and they're doing this, and they're coming to this next event. And that's so exciting for us. You guys, I know it's hard to talk about finances, and we all want to be kind of weird about it, but I'll just tell you this: life is funner when you have a little extra money, and that's okay. You don't have to be ashamed of that. That's something that you can say, hey, even if you want to use your extra money to bless other people, do it, but don't limit yourself. There was a quote that my sister sent to me this morning that said, if I wasn't fat and crazy, then I would be unstoppable. And I will tell you that as we get healthier, we do become unstoppable. And I am so grateful for this program.
Wow.